Hey, basketball fans, welcome back to Tips and Streams, your go-to spot for the hottest NBA regular season predictions. I'm Kokan, and I'm here to break down today's matchups and give you the edge you need to make the best bets. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support means the world to us. Remember, our channel has no sponsors and relies solely on the love and support of viewers like you. Even a small donation by pressing the thanks button under the video helps us keep bringing you top-notch content every day. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow basketball enthusiasts. And we love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and let us know what you want to see in our forecasts. Your feedback helps us improve and bring you the content you crave. Let's jump right into today's NBA predictions. We've got some exciting games lined up, so stay tuned and let's get that winning streak going. Today we have predictions for 6 NBA games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Chicago Bulls and New York Knicks. As the New York Knicks gear up to clash with the Chicago Bulls, we're looking at a battle of resilience and hustle from two teams still hunting for consistency this season. Both squads are trying to break past that elusive playoff threshold, and this matchup at Madison Square Garden could reveal which team is ready to take a step forward. Let's dive into the dynamics at play in this showdown. The Bulls might not have the best record on paper, but they've shown glimpses of competitive fire. They've struggled to close games, but they hang in tough against top-tier opponents, which could bode well for their chances against the Knicks tonight, especially with a 9.5-point spread. Chicago has pulled off 3 of its 4 wins on the road this season, showing they're more than capable of handling the pressure away from home. I think they're well-placed to keep this one tight, even if they don't snatch a win. This year's Bulls are also pushing the pace, running one of the fastest games in the league, a marked change from their slower style in previous years. Key players like Zach LaVine and Kobe White are leading the charge with high-energy play, and LaVine, who's averaging close to 20 points, remains a threat despite a quieter season by his standards. Chicago's rapid offense could challenge a Knicks squad that prefers to grind it out in the half-court, and if the Bulls execute on fast breaks, they might make life tough for New York's defenders. One area Chicago needs to tighten up is their defense. Allowing over 120 points per game with the 4th worst defensive rating, the Bulls are especially vulnerable around the rim, giving opponents a high success rate within 5 feet. This is something New York can exploit, especially with Karl Anthony Towns putting in solid performances around the basket. The Knicks, meanwhile, are excelling from beyond the arc, sitting near the top of the league in three-point percentage. With a strategy centered on spacing the floor and opening lanes for shooters, they're nailing nearly 14 threes a game. However, the Bulls' perimeter defense isn't easy to crack. They allow only 32.5% shooting from deep, making this a matchup of strength versus strength. If the Knicks can overcome Chicago's perimeter defense, it could be the edge they need. Yet, the Knicks' slower pace could work against them here. They lean heavily on a methodical offense, which could open opportunities for the Bulls' quicker tempo to strike. New York's defensive approach also leaves them vulnerable to breakdowns in transition, particularly as fatigue could be a factor coming off last night's high-energy game against Philadelphia. With key players logging heavy minutes early in the season, the Knicks may face challenges in the later stages of the game. Turnovers have been a problem for the Bulls, with around 16 per game. Sloppy handling could be their undoing, but if they clean it up and avoid giving the Knicks easy transition points, they'll keep themselves in contention. Chicago's shooting from beyond the arc has been promising as well, hitting about 37% and landing among the league's top teams in three-pointers per game. If they can maintain their shooting rhythm and limit turnovers, they've got a strong chance to keep things close tonight. With the Knicks coming off a grueling game and dealing with potential fatigue, the Bulls have a real shot at covering the spread. Chicago's rested legs and fast-paced game should put pressure on New York's slower, half-court offense. While I don't see Chicago clinching the win outright, I expect them to keep it close, making a 9.5-point spread look achievable for the Bulls. The second prediction for today is for a game between the New Orleans Pelicans and Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder and New Orleans Pelicans head into this matchup with 2 very different stories. Oklahoma City has been rolling, fresh off a gritty 134-128 win over the Clippers, boosting their record to an impressive 9-2. They've been consistent against the spread, covering 7 of their last 10 games. Meanwhile, the Pelicans are reeling, having dropped 5 straight, most recently a close 107-105 battle against Brooklyn. This losing streak has dragged them down to a 3-8 record, and with an injury list that seems to grow by the day, the question is whether they have the depth to stop the skid. New Orleans' offense, once dynamic and dangerous, is now struggling. Brandon Ingram has been carrying the load, putting up 22.9 points a game, but with CJ McCollum and Zion Williamson out, the Pelicans' attack lacks its usual punch. McCollum's sidelined for a couple of weeks, and Williamson is out indefinitely with a lingering hamstring issue, creating a significant void both in scoring and leadership on the court. Ingram's also picking up the slack on rebounds and assists, leading with 5.9 boards and 5 dimes a game, but it's clear he's shouldering a lot with limited support. Defensively, the Pelicans have been respectable, especially in guarding the perimeter, limiting opponents to just 34.9% from deep last season. However, with key defenders like Herb Jones and Zion sidelined, even his strength could be compromised against Oklahoma City's sharpshooters. For the Thunder, their offensive engine is purring. They rank third in the league in scoring and efficiency, with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the charge, dropping 27.8 points and 6.5 assists per game. SGA's role extends beyond scoring. He's the playmaker, setting up his teammates like Jalen Williams and Lou Dort with high-percentage shots. Chet Holmgren's presence on the defensive end has been transformative, especially in the paint with his rebounding and shot blocking, although he's out for this game. However, OKC has adjusted well in his absence, relying on Williams and SGA to step up defensively. Despite Holmgren's absence, the Thunder's chemistry has been electric, as seen in their recent victory over the Clippers, which marked the first time this season they didn't win by double digits. With a mostly healthy roster and a balanced attack, they're looking like a formidable unit on both ends of the court. The Pelicans' injury report remains a major concern. Along with McCollum and Zion, they're missing Herb Jones, Jose Alvarado, and Jordan Hawkins, leaving them with a stretched rotation. This lack of depth has been a key factor in their recent slide. The Thunder, on the other hand, have a relatively healthy squad and the depth to spread the floor and control the pace. Given Oklahoma City's balanced offense, healthier lineup, and recent form, they come in as solid favorites, hovering around a -14 spread. I get that this spread might seem bold, especially with Holmgren's absence, but the Thunder's strong margins and the Pelicans' struggles to cover, failing in 9 of their last 10 games, tip the scales. With the Pelicans short on firepower and Oklahoma City firing on all cylinders, I feel confident leaning towards OKC to cover the spread.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
Third prediction for today is for a game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Philadelphia 76ers. Tonight's showdown between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Philadelphia 76ers brings together two teams on very different paths this season. Cleveland has been a revelation, thrilling fans with a blazing start and a potent roster. After several years of building momentum, the Cavs seem to have found their groove, kicking off the 2024-25 season with a dominant 12-game winning streak. They've turned their home court into a fortress, remaining undefeated with a 6-0 record, and their offensive power has been jaw-dropping, leading the league with an average of 122.4 points per game. Add to that a sturdy defense allowing just 110 points, and Cleveland looks every bit like a contender. Driving the Cavs' success is the electrifying backcourt of Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Together, these two are averaging 44 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists per game, keeping defenses on their toes. In their latest outing, a hard-fought victory over the Chicago Bulls, Mitchell racked up 36 points, leading his team to a 119-113 win while holding the Bulls to less than 40% from 3 and under 50% overall. The Cavaliers aren't just a hot start, they're out to show they're for real. The 76ers, meanwhile, have had a tough start, still searching for consistency. With a 1-4 record at home and only 2 wins in their first 10 games, Philly hasn't met expectations. Injuries have plagued their lineup, with Embiid, Maxey, and George logging only a dozen games combined so far. Consequently, the Sixers find themselves near the bottom in offensive rankings, a tough spot for a squad with championship aspirations. When he's been healthy, Tyrese Maxey has been Philly's offensive spark, averaging 28 points on 40% shooting. However, their recent loss to the New York Knicks, a 111-99 defeat in an NBA Cup matchup, highlighted their struggles, even with Paul George dropping 29 points. The Sixers allowed the Knicks to hit 50% from the field, showcasing their defensive challenges. The storyline to watch is Embiid's potential presence. On the back end of a back-to-back, there's speculation that Embiid may sit out to manage his workload, and his decision will likely swing the momentum. With Embiid, Philly gains a powerful presence, a game-changer who transforms them into a tough matchup. Without him, they lose critical offensive direction, especially with Maxey's status uncertain. For bettors, Embiid's status is key. If he's playing, I'd lean toward the Sixers covering the spread, as his impact is undeniable. But if he sits, Cleveland's balanced, high-powered offense becomes the safe pick to keep their streak alive and cover. With the Cavs shooting firepower and defensive steadiness, they have a clear path to victory if Philly's big man is sidelined. Waiting until closer to tip off to check the injury report might be wise for anyone considering a wager. In summary, if Embiid is active, Philadelphia has a chance to keep this close. Without him, Cleveland should maintain its momentum. For bettors, timing is crucial. Check the final lineup updates to make the best call. Before we move on, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing might seem like a small action, but it actually makes a big impact for us. Plus, it's completely free for you. Have you clicked that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive back into the video. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the Los Angeles Clippers and Houston Rockets. As the Houston Rockets gear up to host the Los Angeles Clippers on Wednesday, each team has a unique mix of momentum and challenges heading into the matchup. The Clippers, powered by the offensive strengths of James Harden and Norman Powell, have proven they're a force on the road, while the young Rockets are looking to protect their home turf with a growing sense of confidence and chemistry. The Clippers arrive with a 6-5 record, including an impressive 3-1 mark on the road, and they're showing resilience even in close losses, like their recent nail-biter against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Although they're missing Kawhi Leonard due to a knee injury, Harden has taken charge, averaging 20.8 points and 9 assists, guiding the offense with precision. Powell has also been lethal from beyond the arc, posting 26 points per game and hitting an impressive 50.5% from 3, which helps spread the floor and keep defenders on their toes. Defensively, the Clippers are holding steady, thanks to versatile players like Nicholas Batum and Derrick Jones Jr., who bring depth and adaptability to the lineup. Their main focus will be on containing the Rockets' young core and slowing their transition game. If they can disrupt Houston's offense and keep control on defense, the Clippers could walk away with a win. Meanwhile, the Rockets enter this game at 7-4 and on a 3-game home winning streak, showing a level of grit and unity that was absent last season. With dominant home wins over the Knicks, Spurs, and Wizards, they've held opponents to an average of just 106.5 points per game. This defensive toughness will be key as they face a Clippers team known for its scoring prowess. The Rockets' success hinges on young stars like Alperen Sengun and Jalen Green. Sengun's versatility has been a game-changer, with averages of 17.8 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game, dominating the paint with both scoring and playmaking. Jalen Green, delivering 20.7 points per game, has the speed and shooting range to exploit any weaknesses in the Clippers' defense. Health could be the tipping point. While the Rockets' roster is mostly intact, with only Fred VanVleet questionable due to a hamstring strain, the Clippers are missing key defenders in Kawhi Leonard and PJ Tucker. This absence could leave them vulnerable, especially against Houston's balanced offense. If VanVleet plays, he'll add even more depth to the Rockets' perimeter shooting and ball distribution. I think the Rockets have the edge in this one. They've taken 4 of their last 5 games, holding opponents to under 100 points in 3 of those contests, showcasing their improved defense. With 5 players scoring in double figures, the Rockets are hard to contain, even for a solid road team like the Clippers. Given Houston's home court advantage and healthier roster, I expect the Rockets to pull off a win and cover the 4-point spread. This game feels like an opportunity for the Rockets to assert their rising status in the West, and I believe they'll do just that at the Toyota Center. The fifth prediction for today is for a game between the Memphis Grizzlies and Los Angeles Lakers. As the Los Angeles Lakers gear up to host the Memphis Grizzlies, the buzz is all about how these teams are moving in contrasting directions. The Lakers, backed by seasoned leadership, look to defend their home court and keep their momentum in the West. On the other side, the Grizzlies, battling injuries and missing key players, aim to stay competitive and prove their depth can overcome these setbacks. Memphis recently hammered the Trailblazers 134-89, even without stars Ja Morant, Marcus Smart, and Desmond Bane. Jaren Jackson Jr. has truly stepped up as a leader, scoring 20 points and grabbing 7 boards, while Jake LaRavia added 18 off the bench. The Grizzlies' shooting was on fire, and with efforts from players like Scottie Pippen Jr. and Jalen Wells, they demonstrated they can bring the heat even without their top backcourt. Adjusting to life without Morant, Smart, and Bane, Memphis has leaned heavily on Jackson Jr. They're still ranked high defensively in the league, boasting the 5th best defensive rating and holding opponents to 33% from deep. Over their last 3 games, they've restricted teams to a mere 39.5% shooting overall, showing strong defensive cohesion. Yet, without Morant's explosive drives and Smart's leadership, Memphis has had to dig deep to find offensive consistency. The absence of Morant, who is dealing with a hip injury, looms large as Memphis's playmaking capabilities are tested. Meanwhile, the Lakers are on a roll after a 123-103 win over the Toronto Raptors, lifting their record to 6-4. LeBron James delivered his second straight triple-double with 19 points, 16 assists, and 10 rebounds. Even in his 21st season, LeBron is orchestrating the offense masterfully, while Anthony Davis has been an absolute beast, averaging over 31 points and 10 rebounds. Though Davis had a brief scare with an eye injury, he's expected to play, giving the Lakers a critical edge inside against Memphis's depleted front court. This matchup between Jackson Jr. and Davis is one to watch. Jackson's two-way game and defensive skills keep him as a major threat, but Davis, with his aggressive inside game, could be too much for Memphis to handle. If Davis is on form, the Lakers will have the upper hand in the paint. Austin Reeves has been another valuable contributor for the Lakers, averaging 18.7 points and over 5 assists per game. His ability to space the floor and hold his own defensively adds another layer to the Lakers' game plan. With Reeves' consistency, the Lakers are able to give LeBron and Davis the support they need to thrive. Memphis has been red-hot from the field, ranking among the top 3 in shooting percentage, but the Lakers' defense will test their scoring efficiency, particularly around the three-point line. Memphis, averaging nearly 61 points in the paint, will challenge the Lakers with drives to the rim, hoping to capitalize on any defensive gaps. However, if Davis and the Lakers can clog up the paint, Memphis might find themselves in a tough spot. With Memphis dealing with injuries, I believe the Lakers will seize the opportunity and cover the 6.5-point spread. I expect LeBron to set the tone, Davis to dominate the paint, and Reeves to chip in with steady production. In front of the home crowd, the Lakers should capitalize on the Grizzlies' weakened roster and come out with a comfortable win. The 6th prediction for today is for a game between the Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings. The Phoenix Suns are gearing up for a showdown against the Sacramento Kings this Wednesday night, and while Kevin Durant is out of the lineup, Phoenix still has plenty of reasons to be confident. Coming off a narrow overtime loss to the Kings, the Suns are primed for some payback, and even without Durant's firepower, they've proven they have the depth and grit to keep up. Devin Booker, who wasn't feeling his best in the last matchup, is ready to make a statement. Despite his illness, he dished out 12 assists, setting up his teammates and steering the Suns' offense. Alongside him, Bradley Beal's scoring touch will be critical. He's coming off a 28-point night and seems ready to shoulder more of the load in Durant's absence. Beal's relentless energy and playmaking will be central to Phoenix's game plan as they look to exploit Sacramento's defense. Three-point shooting will be a key factor for the Suns. In their last clash with Sacramento, Phoenix took an astonishing 57 three-point shots, yet only connected on 31.6% of them. If they can be more selective and hit a higher percentage, they'll have a great chance to capitalize on Sacramento's shaky perimeter defense. On the other end, Phoenix's defense has been solid, allowing just 106.5 points per game, which should help in containing the Kings' dynamic attack, led by De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, and DeMar DeRozan. The Kings, meanwhile, come in with an edge, especially given Durant's absence. They'll look to press Phoenix from the start with Fox's speed and Sabonis' skill in the paint. DeRozan, whose clutch play helped secure their recent win over the Suns, brings experience and poise under pressure, which could be crucial down the stretch. One challenge Sacramento faces, however, is their lack of consistent three-point shooting. Ranked near the bottom in this area, they're more comfortable with mid-range shots than long-range bombs, relying on Fox and DeRozan's reliable mid-range game. Keegan-Murray remains their best three-point option, but Sacramento's lack of reliable perimeter shooters could be a vulnerability against a Suns team known for strong three-point defense. Even with injuries, Phoenix has maintained an efficient, balanced offense. Role players like Jusuf Nurkic and Grayson Allen have stepped up, contributing valuable minutes. The Suns are shooting 47% from the field, and while Durant's absence is significant, Booker's 23.1 points per game and Beal's steady 17 keep their scoring steady. Defensively, Phoenix holds the upper hand, especially in the paint. The Kings allow opponents to shoot 45.8%, which could open up quality looks for Phoenix. If Nurkic and the Suns bench can control the boards and disrupt Sacramento's interior attack, the Suns may well set the pace. In a game likely to be high energy and close, I believe the Suns' stability and experience give them a solid chance to cover the 7.5-point spread. Phoenix's discipline and ability to execute from beyond the arc could make a difference. With Booker, Beal, and a well-rounded supporting cast, I'm banking on the Suns to keep it close enough and cover the spread this Wednesday night.